Okay. Last class we discussed about classes, no? Classes and instantiation. Okay. This class we can do about types of classes. Okay, different types of classes. These are the different classes in C#. Okay, first we can go for abstract class. In word only we can say it is abstract. Abstract nothing but it is not fully defined. Means just like partially defined. It's like nothing but say suppose where we can use the abstract classes. Why important of abstract classes is say suppose sometimes what my intention was I want to develop one project for a big company or big company. Just like in take one company. In company I have just like permanent employee. Okay. Next, contract. Permanent employee and contract employee. Okay. Next, temporary employee. Okay. Next, something daily employee. Like this, different employees will be there in one company. I want to develop one product for one company. If we go here, we can see this. Suppose what here it will come full name. For permanent also, I have one method as full name. Methods nothing but I already explained. Methods nothing but it will give what you give an input. It will based on input. It will give output. Actually, I give first name, last name to this method. It will return my full name. That is one method in this class. Again, I have one more salary, and I have something cab facility for this employees, and also something different methods I have based on. If you go to contract employees also having full name, means every afterwards for salary. This salary also. Salary structure and all it will vary. Means this guy's salary, suppose assume it 100 rupees. This guy's salary is 80 rupees. Contract employees. Again, these guys don't have any cab facility. Okay. Next, this is the temporary employees. Here also having full name. Okay. Here don't have salary. This company will not pay salary to him. Means how these guys came from third party. Means just like what I worked before Intel, I worked Intel, but Intel will not pay salary to me. For me it will pay my payroll company. I am working in client. Client will not pay salary. For the purpose, this don't have salary at all. And this don't have cab facility also for temporary employees. If you daily labor also, just they don't want to display name also. Just like you can give temporary employee. Like this different classes I need to create. Here observe it. What are the otherwise leave it. Take these three only. See here full name. It is fully structured. Means all having full name. But if you go to here, we have one, here nothing. In this type of scenario, see suppose I need to define this one. I need to create three classes. First one class is this class permanent employee. In this I need to display first name, full name and salary and cab. I need to create three methods like this. If you go to second method class, again I need to contract employee. Again I need to create full name, salary. If you go to one more class temporary employee. Here also I need to create full name. Different classes I need to do. Instead of creating this one C classes and this many methods duplication, we can create common into one class, remaining classes separately. How it will be is just like we will create first class EMP. This is my main class. In this class I can only define the what are the for this one, this one, this one. It is fully method. That's why I'm defining here only full name, declaration, definition here. Declaration nothing but declaration. Definition nothing but what the formula is going to. That's the definition. We are defining. And one more method, salary and cap. Salary, cap. Okay. Salary and cap. See, observe here I given definition of the method. For this two I did definition of method. Why? Because see, suppose for temporary permanent employees salary will be vary. Contract employees salary will vary. Based on that one I need to declare one more class. That purpose I am not for full name for all classes is same. That's why one it is I declare here. Declare and definition here only. This type of format if you want to keep normal class not possible. Normal class nothing but we need to declare, we need to define definitely. But we need to put, if you put abstract class is possible here. Abstract class having abstract and non-abstract methods. Means fully define the methods and partial define methods. Okay, what is the use of this one? You can declare here what is the use of I will say you. Now this employee class I created. Now leave it. Next I am going to create one more class. This type class permanent employee colon actually this concept called here inheritance. Inheritance one more topic is there I will explain. Keep in mind inheritance nothing but we are inheriting the parent class to child. Here it is a parent to here it is child class. Nothing but see, suppose if our family relationship also your miss father or mother miss what they having properties we can use. See, suppose if you are staying in house means this is your parent house. We are using the parent property. Just like here also, suppose I want to use my parent class. How we can declare the parent class means like this. If you this inheritance symbol colon afterwards you can use your parent class name. Suppose I want to access this class. That time I can use the class name. If I want to access this class, that's called inheritance. Different types of inheritance is there, I will explain. Keep in mind inheritance nothing but we are inheriting the how we normally properties in our regular relationship means using properties means we are using resource of my parents or something. Just like house or they provided means amount to my education, that and all relation. Here how it will be means see, suppose this is a full name. I already declared the full name. Why I need to declare so many times? I can read the same code a number of times. That purpose I don't want to create a number of, say suppose one line or two lines code means I can write. Suppose assume it I have 10 lines or 20 lines code. Each and every time it is not possible. But similar code I want to write 20 times is also not possible. Instead of that one, see suppose now I want to access this method means how I can access. Just like I need to create this object. Object dot how to create object emp obj equal to new emp. Like this object we can create. Object nothing but we can call it object creation, instance creation, like this different names. We created object obj dot. When I press automatically I can get this names. That's the object. Here instead of creating parent object, we can create the child object. You can directly get the parent properties also. How it will be is I will show you. Now I created one more class employee. Here I inherited from parent. Now I am not going to declare this method now. I am going to declare only this. Now what are the methods I have? Cab is there, salary is there. I am going to again public something in salary my definition. Again public in cab. Okay. Now what I did? Just I inherited. What are the methods not implemented here? Here only this declaration implementation is done. Here only declaration done. Implementation I didn't done. That implementation I did here. for this class, salary, and this method, salary and tab. Same thing, one more method I have. Now I done for permanent employees. Now I'm going to do contract employees. Same class contract employee equal to colon. I am again inheriting from this class. Employee open brackets. Full name already I defined here. I don't want to full name. Now only salary. Public int salary. Okay, this class completed. Now I am going to temporary. Temporary I don't want to create alt. Why? Because I can directly inherit from parent class. This here only. Otherwise, if you are having something different, temp salary, different way. If you want to declare, you can use that one also. Different way. This is what you observe is normally this is an abstract class. Abstract class. This topic mainly abstract class. Abstract class is not possible. What is the meaning of abstract class? Abstract class having abstract methods and non-abstract methods. Okay. One more thing, what is the main difference between class and abstract class? Abstract class not possible to create object. Okay. How we created object for this one? If you want, we can create how we can create an object for this one. Just like permanent employee obj equal to new permanent employee. We can create an object like this. But for non-abstract methods, abstract classes is not possible to create. What's the meaning of in that means? See, suppose why we cannot create means this and all don't have any definition. If I create an object, I need to call this method. If I create, I can call this. I don't have any definition. What it will return? That's problem there. That's why abstract classes is not possible to create object or instance. Okay. How? Say suppose one more question will rise. How we can access the if you not creating instance? I have methods. How I can call without creating object? My methods. If you want to call any methods inside a class, definitely we need to create object. Without creating object, how we can call? That's one more. Just like see, I have room, just like this room. I close the door and I lock the door. I want to go out. If I don't have lock or anything, how I can? We need to just like break or something. We need to use some window or like that. Same like this. Here one more concept introduce inheriting. Okay, by inheriting this class, you can create object for this class. If you create this class instance, you can access this method. Okay. What is the normally class? Nothing but collection of variables and methods. Okay. Here abstract class nothing but if you keep abstract keyword before class, it is called the abstract class. Now what is the main difference between class and abstract class? Class you can create object, but abstract class is not possible to create. Class you have already fully defined declaration of methods and variables, but in abstract class you don't have. Means you have definition methods and declaration methods, both, not only one. Okay. Next. See, I mentioned something here. Just go through that document. Just like this is the syntax of one abstract class. Okay. This is the abstract class name. Afterwards, open brackets and close brackets. Public my class. This same name you can observe sometimes. This is my class name. If you have a class name with inside brackets, I am closing bracket here. Now, if you same name with the class name, if you having any method inside the class called constructor. Next topic that one only I will explain constructor. What is the meaning of constructor means? It will construct your object. Actually, what is the main use of constructor means? Normally I say no, when you create an object, automatically it will take care of memory allocation and all. But actually that and all it will take care by constructor. Actually in C# having constructor. That constructor nothing but it will take care of object. When you create an object, constructor automatically it will rise and it will take care of object allocation into your memory. Okay, I will explain. Keep in mind here public class, this called constructor. Next, abstract. See here, these are the different methods. This non-abstract method, this is the abstract method. For abstract methods, we need to keep abstract keyword before the method. Okay. So that is the syntax. Now this is the non-abstract methods. I said no, in class we have abstract and non-abstract methods. For non-abstract methods, no need to define any abstract word. See one example here. This is the one abstract class. Okay, abstract class abstract. I given public abstract int add a number and published at multiplication of numbers. What I did, same integer I am passing inputs, but I don't have definition of that method, only declaration of methods. Now come to what I did. This is my base class. What I did here, I did inheritance. This is my one more class, derived class. In derived class, I inheriting from base class. In base class, what I'm doing, add numbers. Add numbers. What I did here, you can observe one more keyword, override. Override nothing but what are the properties having. Sometimes what my problem will return. Suppose I declare here already I define the name. This methods. Sometimes what I need to require, this full name different. Here full name same, full name and it will come from two fields, first name, last name. But what I need to identify who is the permanent type, who is the contract type, who is temporary. That time what I need to add. For permanent employee, I need to end with P underscore P. Contract employee underscore C. Temporary underscore T. I want to add some fields. That time again I need to create one more method. Just I'm overriding this method. I want to override this method. That time override nothing but already I have parent class. Just like I'm with my properties, I'm overriding my parent class. That time we can use override keyword. This again one more topic is there, polymorphism. There I will explain override. Okay. Just keep in mind override nothing but we are overriding parent class method from child class. This suppose sometimes this is the scenarios. I want to override my parent class methods from my child class. That's called override. Okay. This override I will explain afterwards. Now just keep in mind abstract methods from child class we are overriding the abstract. Now here I have two methods, two abstract methods, add number, multiplication number. This is my one class, abstract class. In one more class I derived again base class. In base class also is I not defined fully, only one method. Again I declare one more class. Okay, like this n number of steps. Example like this. It is different. How we created, just like employee, another employee, like this we created. We are using like this. But it's one more example here. How it will first employee, again permanent employee, again like this, different steps. Just like base class, another base class, one more derived class, again one more any class. Nothing but if I created an object for this one, I can access any class. Just like, but it is not possible. If I create an object this one, I cannot create down. Why? Because this is the parent to child. From child property I cannot access. Parent property I can access. Okay, like this. Okay, see here. Again we can observe here one more abstract class. This is abstract class, this is also abstract class. Why? Because sometimes what the requirement comes, here also I don't want to implement full things. Off things. Again that I can define child class. That time we can use like this scenario. Same number of classes, we can abstract, but we cannot create object for this one, we cannot create object for this one. Why? Because these two are abstract classes. Finally, we can create object for any class. From here, we can access the objects. Okay. See here, we can see some IMP points. What is the main use of abstract classes? Means what are the conditions? Abstract classes is not possible to create any object. It is specially defined for only declaration of any classes, and see, abstract class can inherit from a class or one more interface. Interface and all I will explain next. Okay, this interface topic is there. Abstract class can implement code with non-abstract methods. Abstract class having methods and non-abstract methods. Okay, this is different points that just go through. Okay, what I explained this topic. Next, I will show you one example where you can use abstract class. See, observe here, I have different classes. Just I took a reference from this URL. Just if you want to browse, that we can browse. Next, see here, you can see different classes. Okay, like this, different classes. Actually, please keep in mind, classes we can create in one class, means one file itself, or we can create separate files. So suppose here we can see where is our this abstract class now. So here, start up project. Yeah, we can see program.cs. In program.cs, in one class only I kept all my class files. We can keep like this, as well as we can create separate classes. Means here we can right click, again we can add a number of classes. We can keep the what are the properties. What I kept here all things means just understanding purpose. If you see all to one place, it's understood. Next level, when I'm going to separate, I will explain that one as well. Okay, just keep in mind, this is the all we are keeping into one place, classes. See here we can see different classes. One is first class is abstract class. Okay, public abstract class person. Again we are different American, Indian, Chinese, and main class. Main class nothing but where we are going to use. Just like up to now we are discussed about our previous classes, how we discussed all just like one method is having in one class. I have one method and main method. In future how it will be is all classes separately. My main method, and wherever I am using, that is the main method. Like this different. Now see here. Now leave it main class. Go to first person. See here I have three methods. One method was can walk. Person can walk. Person can eat. Person can speak any language. That's one method. three methods we have. For this the fully defined methods, means it's a declaration and visualization, means definition of methods having. This one also declaration, definition of methods having. But observe here, we don't have any definition of this method. Can speak language. Okay, that's why we kept abstract. Just see, if you remove abstract, if you build, it will throw error. Okay. Okay. Next, one more thing, when you're doing abstract class, keep in mind we need to keep abstract. If you not define abstract, it is just like normal class. Just difference between normal class and this class, we are keeping abstract, nothing. Okay, see, if you keep abstract class, again error will throw if you remove abstract class. That's 2 points. Next come, that's you understand now abstract class. Now when I'm going to main class, these are my person, no? Just directly I'm trying to create object. See, object names, you can give any names. Okay, not only obj. What is the, just I given abstract name as obj. Any name you can do. Okay, just new. So when I create, automatically to throw error. Why? Because abstract classes instance creation is not possible. Okay, just mouse over here. Cannot create an instance. See here, you can see error message. This color intelligence in. You can see here, cannot create instance of an abstract class. What is the meaning? Instance nothing but object creation. Okay, object creation is not possible for abstract class. Okay, that's why I am commenting. Okay, now you understand. That's what 2 points. Next, this is the abstract class. Now I am going to American. See here, default what I given person. So assume for my all employees from, assume my company employees are different countries, but more of employees from India. Okay, assume like that. That term I given what, means American what, Indian can what, or Chinese can what, anyone can what, means what method what. Eating. Default I given yes, I can eat rice. Means default my all employees from India. That's why I kept I can eat rice. Just if we go to China, or China means something noodles like famous. If we go to US, they can butter something. But based on their persons, we need to change. Now I kept like this methods default. Come to American class. Here observe it. This is not abstract class. Okay, we are inheriting from main class. That's called here inheritance. Just I commented this one, leave it. Actually I told no, every class having constructor. That's called this constructor. Constructor next topic is I will explain it. That's why I commented. Just come next point. See here. Override can eat. What I given can eat? Yes, I can eat rice I can. But if you go to American class, I don't, for American persons I need to give something burger. Okay, I need to, that's why I kept override. Means what the methods having in person, I am overriding from American. That's why overriding used. Same thing here, can speak languages. Means I am giving one more, I can speak English. I didn't define the method, declaration method. See, observe, do and see. Here I don't have any definition, just only a declaration. That's why here I do. Suppose, wait, I will build once. Okay, build success. Now I'm going to comment this one. Okay, when you are keeping override keyword, must ensure that method need to define a declaration on parent class. That's why I just now I commented, that's why it is throwing errors. Okay, just I'm doing, that's also keep in mind. That's why I'm uncommenting again. Okay, now you understand American. Just come to Indian. Indian already I declared can watch methods and can eat and can speak only differentiated. That's why can already I defined here. What is can eat? Yes I can eat rice. Rice is correct for Indian. That's why I didn't again override the method. But if we go to American, that's why yes I can eat burger. Okay. Here Indian I kept safe. Now come to Chinese. Okay. For Chinese again I changed noodles. Again the speaking language. What you observe totally means I created one class, main class. That is the person class. Another person what they can do properties. Just person can do, person can watch, person can eat, person can watch. That's three methods. But these three cultures based on where he is staying, that culture will little bit same, little bit vary. Just like you can some similar methods means what I did, person can watch. That's one similar method for all. But again we can see person can having two eyes. That's also one depend. That is a unique one. Again based on culture, what are the things will change? Dressing style will change, and eating food will change, and sleeping times will change, and colors of human it will change. That's all based on again different properties. That all I kept abstract as. Like this, where what are the I kept abstract as can speak languages. See, suppose that is not fixed for everyone. Based on culture it will change. Just like American English, Indian English or Hindi. If you go to Chinese, something Chinese language. Like this different way. Again, if you go to something dressing style means if you go to Indian something, again Chinese something, like different culture will change. That's based on different things, methods, different methods we can keep as abstract methods, unique methods we can keep non-abstract methods. Okay, this is the main important of abstract. Now how to access? Right now we created classes successfully. Now how to access? See now here. I didn't actually I tried like this. Person OB is a person, new person. Person is not possible to create object directly. Okay, that's given. Now here what I did. Person I'm pointing into American means indirectly I'm doing object creation. That time I created directly object to persons. That's why I'm not able to add. What I'm doing, I'm creating object to American pointing with person. Means indirectly I'm taking object creation. Now it's a base class and child class. I'm inheriting. Now I can access person can what, person can speak, person can eat. This is the if American will print, it will here it will print American word can watch, American can speak English. It will print American can eat burger. Okay. Next, same thing what I did, same person object what I pointed with Indian. Assume it means keep in mind we have created only one object. Same one object name only I am creating, but I am pointing to different. What is the meaning of with one object I am calling a number of clauses. Just keep in mind. I created Indian. Again what it will print? Indian can watch, Indian can speak in Hindi, Indian can eat rice. Okay. Next, Chinese. Same object what I create top, that's here used, again here I used. But where I am pointing with Chinese. Again Chinese can watch, Chinese can speak in something Chinese language, Chinese can eat noodles, what we given comment. Okay. Finally console.write line, console.read line. Okay. Now see. I am running this one. First one, yes, I can walk, I can speak English, yes, I can eat burger. That is American. Next, yes, I can walk, yes, I can speak Hindi, Urdu and English, and I can eat rice. Next, can walk, that is something Chinese language, and I can eat noodles. Okay, what you observe? What main things means unique things we can keep and repeated things we can keep by using abstract class. Okay, you understood? Any doubt in abstract class? This is the main important topic. In again one more topic will come, interfaces. They will ask what is the difference between interface and this one. Definitely this, if you go to any interview, first question will be this one. Okay, abstract class. Okay. Now partial class. In that word only you can say this is the partial. Partial nothing but just like half or half. Just like one class we are dividing into multiple class. That are classes just like partial. Finally we are making into one class. Suppose what is the use of this one means, suppose I given one work to any work. We to multiple I given, what will do if we do one work is I given just like 10 employees is there. 10 employees I given 10 words separately. That all we need to do in one class. What they will do, suppose if we given first employee in one class, he created with one name, second employee is created one name, like this different names created. Finally we need to mention this, that is different. Very difficult also. Suppose I need to create one more class extra, I need to take from first employee, second employee, third employee, fourth employee, like this all employees data I need to keep, I need to keep into my class. That is very difficult. But Visual Studio we have one more opportunity. We can use partial class, but we can same class name, with same name, we can create multiple classes. By using multiple classes, we can use before the class, if you use partial, just like how we do in abstract class, same thing, partial but partial class. Partial. What is the main advantage of partial class is if you are having a number of employees who work on one class, we can use partial class separately, that partial class we can use separately. But keep in mind, if you see suppose partial class 1 I have, in partial class 1 I created one method, just like add method. If I try to create one more partial class, same method name, it will not execute. Why? Because already add is there in one class. If I try to give one more class in one more method in same method name, it's not possible. That's again error. One more again where it will merge and all. Actually this and all no need to take care of developer, automatically C# compiler it will take care of merging the data. No need to say suppose I have two different okay. Partial class name, class 1 I given add. One more name, partial class 1, public add is not possible. Why? Because here also add is there, here also add is there. Why? Because when merging time we will merge going to one class. That time which class I need to take? Which method I need to take? It's conflict to that. That's why same method is not possible. Just again partial methods is there. I will explain that topic. Partial methods is not, no one will use. I will explain that topic later. Okay, partial method, but again partial methods will appear. Partial method, here method, something different. That's it. Partial class, same name, we are keeping partial. So suppose if I remove partial from here, it will not execute. Why? Because one class having same names. Two means one name with two classes not possible. See, suppose when what is the problem? They will ask why we can create the two classes with same name. What is the problem is when creating instant, which class I need to call. See, suppose here also add method is there, here also something different method. which one I need to show, which one I need to call. That's the problem. That's why same name is not right. If you want same name, we need to use partial keywords. Okay, if you use partial keyword, what will happen? It will finally come into class 1. It will push into two methods into one main class. In C# compiler, take it. This is another one. Means one more doubt will come: how to create object. Now normally, if you having one class, means we can create object and we can call the method. Now here also no need to think anything, just I create object for this one. What are the methods having here and here, we can access easily. So suppose here I created add, here I created add one. Okay. When I create object this one, I can access this method as this method as well. Why? Because method object is nothing but when comparison time you can access the object. That's why these two methods it is pushed into one method, one class. That's no problem. That's why object we can create directly. These are partial class main advantages of partial class. Okay, see here you can see some partial class example. See here. Public partial, I kept just partial keyword, class my partial class. That's my class name. Afterwards in that method I given first method. Okay, next public partial class my partial class, that's one more partial class, and open bracket or close bracket again I declare second method. Like this we can get n number of partial class, not limited, n number of partial class limited. What the final output will be in C# compiler, it will give you one class. Okay, now we are going to one example, small example. See here, these are reference URLs. Now just see here, public partial methods. One method I declared, method 1 partial 1 class. Next one more method, method 2. Okay. See here I commented one line. I have in first partial class method 1. When I try to give same method name, automatically it will throw error. Why? Because which class I need to call. Wait. This object 3 and method 3 and method 4 I don't have as of now. Just now. Conflict will occur. Method 1. If you go mouse over, ambiguity. Ambiguity nothing but confusion. Just like which one I need to call. Between following classes, suppose which class I need to take. Partial. I have to one class I have two methods. What's the meaning? But we can observe here one method I create in partial class, first partial class. One method in first second partial class. But finally the two partial class it will means not two, a number of partial classes will merge into one class. That's why the error will occur. Here also is there, here also. Which one I need to take? Okay. That's why this is called error. Now, this is an object created. You saw now two classes is there, partial class and partial class, two partial classes, and finally this is my main class. In main class I have main method. I am created object for only one partial class, and by using one partial class I am able to access method 1 and method 2. Okay. Now see one more. I will show you. See, as of now, I put all classes into one class now, just like one. This is the one class. This is the one class. This is the three classes I do. Now I want extra classes, means we can create here also, as well as right click, add new item, or we can directly add class or new item. We can go for class. I am giving class 1 same name. Here I am going to create one more class. I am removing this name. I am giving my class name as a partial class. Okay, one more class I am going to create, class 2. Here I am renaming my method. Now go and see my main program. This is our main program. Observe it. Here is throwing error again. Why? Because I copy pasted method 1 into two classes. Why? Now totally I have 4 partial classes. 2 partial classes in here only, 2 partial classes separately. But separately creation also, when merging time, the entire project merging time into one class. Not only one class. This is going to merge into one class. Entire project. If we created anywhere, if we created folder under folder, if we created also, it will take it one partial class. Now I am going to change that one into one is method 3, one is method 4. Now come here and check. Now run. Sorry. Control dot. I rename, not rename. This is the partial class part 3 and part 4. With one instant, I can able to call all 4 separate methods by 4 partial classes. These are main use of partial classes is C#. Now seal. What is the meaning of seal? Normally if you go to on-premise, what is the meaning real-time seal? Just like seal the one box or bottle like that. Just like we are not, just like house sealing or just like door seal. It's nothing but we are not entering to other process, not utilizing the other process. Normally I told inheritance concept. Just like I have EMP, I have full name, and I have one more class EMP1 inheriting from EMP class. This is the term inheriting. If we inheriting, we can access what are the methods having. We can access it to our child class. Child method. If we create an object for this one, by using this object, we can access this method. But I don't want to do such things into my programming class. I want to avoid the inheritance concept into my class. That time, by using sealed keyword, we can avoid the inheritance. How to do inheritance also they can. How to avoid inheritance also. As of now, abstract class and partial class and normal classes and all, we differently inheritance and all. What is the use of inheritance classes we use. But this is the reusability purpose we are using. Sometimes what problem is that what I need to do, I want to avoid the inheritance. Why you need to avoid inheritance? Sometimes security things. Say suppose I have third party DLL or third party, I want to provide any class to third party. If I given inheritance future list, they will, suppose now, so if you go to take any DLL or something, you can see versioning, version 1, version 2, just like OS, Android OS 1, something, chat, something different versions is there. That versions also, based on versions, they will give features. For example, if you purchase version 1, we cannot, if you need to pay for version 2 extra, version 3 extra. How they miss restrictions in versioning like this sealed, means they don't want to add new features. Just like tracking. Now Visual Studio and all, normally if you want to purchase Visual Studio, I think so something 9,000 amount we need to pay per year something. But we are taking now cracked versions. This and all cracked versions, if you not provided any proper sealed classes, means normally if you open Visual Studio, automatically it will form up one license key number. That and all if you want to avoid means by using some hacking and all going on inside, just like cracked versions. This and all like some restrictions if you want to do means by using sealed class, you can avoid inheritance. Outside inheritance we are stopping. Okay, that's called sealed class. Okay, see here. First word only sealed class is not possible to inherit. Inheritance means nothing from parent to child to child like that. Okay, sealed class cannot be base class. If you not only instantly, why it will become base class? Suppose how we can tell this is the base class, this is the child class. This concept only not there means this base class concept only not there. Base class, child class, derived class, that is nothing but we have parent, child like this means that's we can tell as first class, the base class, child class. But this part only not there means we can no meaning of calling base class or child. Okay. The modifier abstract cannot be applied. Abstract. Okay. Abstract why not possible is sealed means what is the meaning of abstract? Abstract classes we cannot create instance. This object is not there. If I keep abstract what to sealed class, definitely I need to inherit. Abstract meaning of abstract, I have non-abstract methods also in abstract class. That methods I need to declare into child methods. If inheritance on what is the meaning of seed, this concept only not possible. That time abstract class is not possible. That's the meaning of abstract. Okay. Just go through this one. Just one example I created here. Sealed class. Okay, we can use sealed class. I declare int a and int b. When I try to use outside, I can create an object and I can use. But when I try to create instance, I cannot. Okay, that's sealed class. Okay. Okay. Now see, I have one sealed class. In that I have my just one method and main method. Now what I am doing, just build. Okay, it's not called sealed class. Cannot derive from sealed. Derive nothing but inheritance. Okay, means deriving from base to we are change deriving. Deriving is not called. Okay. See now. Yeah, also you can see cannot derive from sealed type. Sealed is sealed is just a sealed. You cannot give out. That's why I'm commenting this one. Just like keep in mind each and every topic just related to our real time. Just like sealed nothing but actually if you go to any shop they will do some loose and sealed. Just like kg package they will use sealed package. They will not remove it. Again say suppose just like rice, one packet, 1 kilo package became again 20 kgs or we can purchase 1.5 kg, 2 kgs from loose. If you ask 2 kg rice, they will ask 2 questions. You want sealed or normal? Sealed means they will pack it. Otherwise, loose means they will bring from one big package and they will. Like that, our real time it will match to our classes. This is nothing but sealed. This sealed means it is not possible to give to chain. Just like you can use, that's it. You can not possible to distribute chain class. That's sealed. Okay. Next, one more topic, static. As of now, we saw so many classes. We can create object. Some classes we cannot create object. As with class, we can create object. Abstract class is not possible to create object. Again, partial class also it is possible to class object creation, and sealed class also is possible to create object. Next, we are going to static. Static nothing but in word only you can say it is static. It is standard. Static nothing is like standard format. Nothing but static. Actually keyword is there, one more static variables is there, static classes also is there. Static variables I will explain afterwards. Static nothing but it is just like when you compile the started the program, that time it will take care object means memory allocation. When you close the object only static variables it will close. Means where you need to use static classes means whenever you want that one particular class starting to ending, just like your website designing or anywhere where you want to use static and all means whenever your request comes starting to ending, that object needed means go for static, otherwise don't go for static. What is the use of static means just like you can store the one data in static, n number of times you can use that static. Means it will not create object. Just like I said no object. What is the main difference? So many guys will ask, what is the difference between static and object? Static means nothing but when you run the program, that time it will install, and when the this program it, that time it will end the static. But object, when you create an object only memory allocation. After went off that scope, particular scope of that object, automatically object space it will deallocate. Meaning of that one is say suppose before I created American one object, Chinese and Indian, like this different object. After completion of that object, automatically my object will deallocate. But what is the meaning of static? It will not deallocate. Okay. Now here static keyword for class, just like how we use partial, abstract or sealed, like that only static also we can use, just like keyword for classes. What is the meaning of static means? Here normally if you not given any static keyword to before the class, you need to create object. But if you provided a static keyword before the class, no need to create object, directly you can access. How is based on class, under the class name dot you get all the names. Normally how we need to create object? Suppose I have just like class emp, under I have public add public subtraction, like this two methods is there. I want to access inside any class methods, what I need to do? I need to create object. Object nothing but is just like we are requesting, first. That's why we are creating emp obj new emp. Okay, obj dot add obj dot subtract. Okay, I am able to get. This is the normal class. Now if we go to static class emp public add public subtraction. Okay. Keep in mind, I am not writing all things and I am not mentioning each and every variables. Why? Because its writing is not possible. Only that's why you understand about it. That's why okay, greater subtraction for still. Now, like this object creation not possible to static classes. What's the meaning of static classes? We cannot create object or instances. How we can create? Just like emp dot. We can get emp dot like this. We can get directly. No need to create object. Okay. What's the meaning of this? Every time object will create object, each and every time it will allocate the space and it will reuse. When you go to like this, defaultly with the class name only one static variable will create object. This space, from that space only a number of time and use it. Suppose here I use one time. One more time I created obj1 new. Like this I call it. Meaning of this one is again one more memory allocation like that. But here it is global level variable. We can create once and it will reuse same thing. Like this we can use. Okay. But this one, when you went out of scope nothing but this is scope. After when you went out of scope, automatically this went up. Memory allocation, that this character will take care of removing this space. But this one it will not. Up to when you end that level. When you require that time use static, not required overflow to object. Okay. Now one small example. See here some point. Static classes can only have static members. Means members nothing but inside properties. Just like this one static and variable different that are not static. You can declare as static. Okay. Next, static class cannot be instantiate. Means just like this one. Oh, sorry. Instance. Okay. Object creation is not right. Instance object creation is same. Okay. Static can be is sealed. Means sometimes we can use sealed also. Cannot be inherited. Inherited nothing but okay. It's not possible to inherit it. Why? Because here only they mention one more point before only static classes will be sealed. Sealed nothing but sealed. What is the meaning of sealed? We cannot inherit it. Just like parent will change. Thus property will appear if it comes. Okay, static class cannot have a constructor. Constructor topic next tomorrow I will explain. Constructor nothing but it is same name of class name. What is the use of constructor in the next one. Okay. So here one more bracket we can observe except static constructors. Constructors are again different types in there, but static constructor is possible in static class. Okay. See here I created one public static class. Okay, in that static, this is the static, these are the static. I given one name. How to access this one? Just like my class dot add numbers. I not created any object. Just like I will show. I will create firstly. You guys understanding that, man? This is a very important topic, and also just after completion of classes, just go through that document is very important. So this classes, object creation, everywhere now we are going to use classes, objects only. Okay. And create browse different sites and get your own data. Okay, see here public static class and static field x and y. I declare
Suppose when I try to remove, it will throw error. You can observe here, static not. Okay, static methods. If you remove static method, again it will also throw error. Okay, I am not able to access that method. Means static methods means without object creation you can access. But if I not keep the static inside the class, automatically it's not able to access. Okay, now this is my one class, static class. One more class I have main class. In this main class I am giving static void, means just like directly class name and I am calling. One more thing what I told, public class test. I am trying to inheriting I am not able to access the methods. Okay, this is why, because instance is not possible, means inheritance is not possible. Okay. Now here you can observe some properties. Okay, here non-nested type, non-nested nothing but inside, only outside properties are given. Namespace, we saw namespaces outside. Namespaces default, if you not giving any properties, that's called public. If you want to give, always only you can give only public. Okay. Here enum next topic will come. Just these are the different topics. Okay, enum public, without except enum means public you cannot use anything. Next interface also next topic will come. Default, internal, what are the properties you can use, public and internal. These are the 5 types is there: public, private, internal, protected internal and like internal. So 5 types is there, but what are the things we can use for particular field? That's called this table, I given table. It's like this topic is a rest, but as of now we use so many times public, private. Thus we use so many times. At least we come to know. That's why I kept here. Just keep in mind these are the access specifiers you can use. If you're not using, what is the default meaning of default means? See, suppose I not kept here any class public or something. Okay, I removed here public. Now what is the access specifier for this class? Just go and see. This is my class. Class default access specifier internal. Okay, if you want to give public. And what are the access specifier? It will support one particular property. Just see, for class it will support only public and internal. Only it will support. Okay. Next, these are the different. I will explain afterwards. Okay, here we can see some differences between static class and instance class. Nothing but first day I explained a class. That's the instance class. Means without static keyword, without abstract class, without partial, without C. That's the normal object class. Okay, that's some differences. Next, tomorrow I'm going to start constructors. Okay, this constructor also very important. Today we discuss classes completed. First, abstract class nothing but you can give abstract keyword. Abstract classes having implemented or non-implemented methods. And next, in that also we covered inheritance. What is inheritance? Next, afterwards, partial class nothing but if you want to developers need to make multiple programs. They want to work in one class. different employees means we can use partial classes and we can use partial keyword. Next, seal. Seal nothing but it is just like seal topic, just like one property. We cannot inherit the outside. Inheritance topic not possible, but object creation or instance creation is possible. Next topic was static. Static classes also instance creation not possible and inheritance also not possible. By using static keyword, this class name we can get the properties inside the what are the having methods without creating object. Okay. Afterwards, some different differences between static class and instance class. Instance class is nothing but object class. Some differences there, just go through. Not understand, just tell me afterwards. I will explain. Next, constructor tomorrow I will explain. Okay. Okay, ma'am. See you tomorrow.